can you trust your eyes to tell you what is true? Let's do a little experiment and see how that works out. Take a look at this picture. Can you tell me which car is bigger, the red one or the blue one? Okay, we're going to have several, so note your answer, and we'll see after we've looked at all the pictures, we'll see if you're right. How about this one? Which table is longer? Now look at it close. Okay, you have your answer? Okay. How about this one? Now this one was one of the ones that surprised me the most. Which square is darker? A or B? Okay, note your answer. And last but not least, how about this one? Which one's longer? I don't know about you, but right away I would say the red one's longer. That seems super obvious. Okay, so now we're going to look at them and you see if your eyes told you the truth or not. So we started out with the two cars. And to me, I'd say the red one is considerably bigger. That's just obvious. I mean, shouldn't that be simple? But wait, look at it again. If you take out all the other background, these two cars are exactly the same size. If you imagine that behind them it's all just flat, you can see they're exactly the same. Your eyes played a trick on you. Well, what about the two tables? Now, you're probably thinking, why are you even showing us this picture? The one over here is way longer. That's just super obvious. But is it? Imagine that those are just two pieces of paper on something flat. Those two shapes are exactly the same shape, and they're exactly the same size. That's super hard to believe, but it's true. What about this one? Which one did you decide was darker? Because either way you were wrong. They're exactly the same color. It was just everything else around it that tricked your eyes. And last but not least, these two shapes. Which one is longer? My first thought is, of course, the red one, but my eyes have been tricking me a lot so far. If you thought they were the same, then you were right, because they're exactly the same size and shape. It just was a trick to your eye. So you see, some people trust in their senses. Seeing is believing. If I can experience it, then it has to be true. Or some people trust in electronics, or a system, or in things like luck or fate. And some people trust in God. So I would ask you, where's your trust? God has something very important to say about trust in His Word, in the Bible. In Psalm 118, He tells us in verse 8, "It is better to trust in the Lord than to put confidence in man." So God is telling us that we should be trusting what He says and what He wants, rather than even what we feel or we think that we see. We need to always trust God above ourselves, because God is always truthful. He's always right. So if you have trusted in Jesus to save you from your sins, then I encourage you to tell God, I want to trust you more than I trust people or things or anything else, because you're always right. And if you've never trusted in Jesus, He wants you to know Him personally and to understand that what He says is always true. So if you would like to know more about what it means to trust in Jesus, you can watch the video God's Gift to learn more about that.